Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today we've got TY and Classic here on Neo Humanity from GSL Season 2. It's going to be a Patreon cast for those of you who support me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin. For at least $1 a month, you get to see this a month before anybody else. I do love casting GSL replays, and I pick the best ones for the Patreon cast of the week. All right, so top left of Neo Humanity, it's TY. Bottom right, it is Classic. Good to see TY back in the StarCraft 2 saddle. Good to see Classic here, too. Neither of these players are super duper top tier, okay? We're not talking about stats versus Maru here, but it is TY versus Classic. Incredible, incredible players. I'm curious to see who's going to do what here. Are we going to see any Reapers? That's usually skipped in this matchup. Any Oracles? I'm not sure we're going to use an Oracle name here either, but we're ready to go if there is an Oracle who shows up. Yeah, again, if you're watching this, the week of July the 27th, thank you so much for supporting me at patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. I love you. I feel the love from you every time I check out that site. And every time I cast one of these Patreon casts, and if you're watching this after that week, like, I don't know, August 2023 or later, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week. 5 times. 6 times a week. With StarCraft 2 content. It depends. It depends on the schedule, but it's way too much probably, huh? How many people watch every one of my casts all week, right? I don't know. How many of you do that? I should throw up a poll. That's what I should do. Little pro per ass from Classic. TUI says, whatever. I'm going to throw down my command center here. I can move it. Terran privilege, man. Classic. Going for a 1-gate expand. Cybernetics core blocking Reaper hop-up spot. But you will note, there are no Reapers. There is, in fact, a Marine instead. And here's our guy. He's pretending to be a Reaper by patrolling back and forth, but he is not a Reaper. He can't hop up and down cliffs at all. What do we got here? Adept. Nice. I like an early Adept. Warp Gate. Never skip Warp Gates. Never skip Leg Day. Never skip Warp Gates. I skip Leg Day because I don't do any strength training at all. Maybe I should. I don't know. But honestly, my main goal is just to be, I don't know, a weight where I can run and to have enough stamina for running that I can run. And play basketball mostly is what it is. I don't care about looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger or being a bodybuilder or even like, yeah, bro, I can deadlift 250 pounds. I don't give a crap. That has never been any motivational thing for me whatsoever. I want to be lean and thin and fast, and that's it. So that's what I'm working on. Going to the gym 6 times a week, cardio, running on the treadmill, 3.5 miles, 6 times a week, in about 30 minutes. It's pretty fast paced. I'm pretty happy with it. Lost about 50 pounds since December of last year. And yeah, pretty happy. Intermittent fasting's been a huge part of that, too. Anyway, Adepts, Pachow. Take this building that we will be able to kill. If you give us 8 years, we'll pull it off. Blink's on the way. Widow Mines with Medivacs, which says what? You know what it says. I don't have to tell you. So yeah, these Adepts are being annoying, but they really can't do any real damage here to TY. Got ourselves a robotics facility, worried about the potential of Widow Mines. But also, observers are just great at scouting, too. Like, you can just get observers because you want them. This is, like, crazy micro here. Both players, 350 for TY. Oh, 450 for TY, 300 for Classic. Hilarious. This SCV really wants to die. Okay, see ya. See ya later, dude. Neat. I guess. Robotics facility coming in. We got a siege tank on the way from TY. Love a good siege tank against Protoss. You can blow those stalkers out of the... I was going to say out of the water, but no. No water on this map. You can just blow them up. That's the whole plan. Which reminds me of Oppenheimer. Man, I did a Barbenheimer weekend when they came out. So again, you're probably watching this when they've been out for a month. But, Widow Mine drop gets a couple probes, nothing too big down here. But yeah, short answer, I really enjoyed both films for significantly different reasons. They both have incredible strengths, and they both have a couple weaknesses. So that's my thoughts on Barbenheimer. Both really good, and both movies I'll probably watch again. Again, I haven't laughed as hard at a movie as I have at Barbie in a long time, and Oppenheimer is just its tour de force of acting and storytelling and editing and music and the visuals and everything about it is just an incredible film. It's Nolan, man. It's what he does. All right, third base coming in here from Classic. Robotics Bay on the way from Classic. Maybe a little Colossus action, maybe a little Disruptor. Yes, we're mining through this mineral wall to gain access to defend the third base. You really need to do this if you're going to expand down here. TY will probably do the same thing if he takes this for his third, but maybe this one instead? I don't know. Don't try, Tolino. Got a Raven for anti-armor missile and detection of things like DTs, if that's going to be a problem today. Ah, it is the Colossus. The Colossus with the extended thermal lance. Classic's choice. The magic number does tend to be 3 Colossus. 3 Colossus can do pretty well against Marine Marauder balls, at least the early stages of the game. That's what they do. Not as good against siege tanks. And this Adept is going to die, but this Adept also discovered the fact that there were siege... Oh, it survived. Discovered the fact there are siege tanks out. Third base landing. Well, once it's upgraded to an orbital, it will. That's for sure. Classic third base rolling nice. Getting a shield battery up to help with any kind of an early attack that's going to show up here. Shield batteries late game are less good against Terran than they are early game, just because 3-3 Marines and Marauders with stim and like medic support and siege tanks and stuff, they will just tear through whatever you have, if you have shield batteries or not. I mean, okay, shield battery overcharge can be amazing, fair, and maybe that's the play, because that's why you would do it. Woohoo! 3 mules called down simultaneously. Let's go. Mineral income. So yeah, just kind of Colossusing it here, right? Got 2. A third one's on the way. Extended Thermal Lance is finishing up very, very shortly. I'm not sure Classic wants to move out necessarily with the 3 Colossus and like 7 Stalker army, but maybe. He's got sentries up for Guardian Shield, maybe a little force field toss down if that's what he's feeling, but dude, this 4 tank setup. Covering this attack vector. Covering this attack vector. Kind of like it. Classic. Cool, he says. We'll expand bottom here. Again, this is a GSL Season 2 replay, guys. They are releasing their replays to patrons of GSL. It's patreon.com/GSL. Pretty easy to find. If you want the replays, go support them. Support GSL. It's a great organization. The best talent in Korea all the time. And sometimes that's not Koreans. Sometimes the best talent in Korea is from America or Mexico or Canada or Italy. Has Cyril ever competed in GSL? I know Raynor has. I don't know if Cyril's gone. No, he hasn't. Pretty sure Raynor has, though, and didn't actually perform incredibly well. That was interesting. Disruptor's coming in from Classic now that he's got his 3 Colossus. He's like, oh, 2 Colossus. What? Did he lose one? He had 2 and he canceled the 3rd one to make disruptors instead? That's weird. That's really weird. Oh, he tried to blink in here. That did not go well for him at all. Classic. Oh, forward gateway setup over here. But getting into... He has to mine through this if he's going to attack through here. Did he bring any probes for that? It's like... Building a nexus over here so you can mine through this wall is hilarious. We've seen Dark do that before. I think Dark did that to Classic in a game that I cast a while ago. If you ever want a link to any of the games that I talk about on the channel, let me know, and I'll put a link to it. I'll respond to your comment, because I read every comment anyone's ever made on my channel, and will continue to do so unless I blow up and I'm getting 87 comments every second, in which case I won't keep up with that. But for now, I can. I've seen some people. I've seen some, you know, Twitter notifications for people who are insanely famous. It's just like, you can't keep up with that. Like, no one can. Even you could hire like a 10-person team and they couldn't keep up with that. It's too much. Colossus going to be countered by the Vikings here to a certain extent. All right, man. TY, 176 supply. Classic, 161. Anti-armor missile, big time connection. Sick connection there from Classic. Meanwhile, Zealots just, you know, warp-pressing their way into TY's natural base. Awesome stuff. And then, more Zealots. Fighting Hellions is not what they want to do. They're not Blue Flame or anything, but still, 12 SCVs have been wiped out here. Awesome stuff. TY scouts this little proxy and says, what? What? Where'd the warp prism go? It's just hiding up here. It could totally sneak back in and warp in another round. Disruptor, no! Blocks the SCVs in with a force field, and then Disruptor marks them. Murks them. I was going to say massacres them and murks them, and then marks came out. All right, TY says, well, I got a 4th base. That's good. But, man, Classic's over here on the right side kicking butt. Woo! Ooh, and it's a carrier transition. What's going on here, Classic? What are your plans? Yeah, carriers. But guess who's already making Vikings and already has 8 of them? TY does. Dude, is it another carrier replay? Oh, boy. I like it. I'm a big fan. Ooh, and the scan reveals the first carrier popping out. That's hilarious. All right, more carriers. There's more Vikings, more carriers it is then. Air weapons, go. It's already getting ship plating level 2. Zealots. Freeing up supply by taking down supply depots and running with this way and that into the 4th base of TY. Kind of coming back around to attack Hellions, but they really shouldn't do. Continuing up this way would have been better than turning around and just getting killed by siege tanks and Hellions, but whatever. It's all good. You're making carriers. On the other side, vehicle weapons continuing. No air weapons on the way. I don't think there's enough armories to cover all 3 upgrade paths at the same time is the problem. Fair enough, but Classic's just like, yo, I have so many bases. I'm shocked he hasn't taken this one yet. That was some incredible timing from Falcon, guys. Did I nail that timing or what? Alright, so Classic's little forward warp gate here is getting massacred. By that I mean every Marine involved in that attack died. So, revenge. Zealot revenge. Scan says more carriers are coming. Great. Fine. I'll get Infernal Pre-Igniter and I'll start air weapons. Nope. Nope. Air weapons is coming up. Okay. Just like swapped positions or something on that production tab. Charge lots, man. Widow mines, man. Blech. That's a Zealot death sound if ever you've heard one. So still the 2 Colossus. Tempests on the way to help deal with these Vikings from a long distance. Tectonic destability. Okay, Classic is just kind of trying to absolutely smother TY to death here. TY's like, well, I got 4 bases, and Classic's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. How about 7, says Classic. You gonna keep up with that? I don't know. I don't know that he's gonna keep up with it at all, actually. Crikey. Anti-armor missile connecting. Viking shots. Not quite enough to one volley. An anti-armored carrier. Woo! Uh-oh. Uh-oh. This group of carriers, that was... What was that? 4 quick carrier des? 4 quick carrier des. Classic says, what am I going to make instead here? Nothing? How does he... I guess he just warped in a ton of stalkers to deal with the Viking count. But guess who has siege tanks? That's right. Our guy, TY, does. And they've got upgrades, too. They got that 2-2. Fusion core on the way. Don't know if TY is going to go for battle cruisers or not. This forward warp gate actually dies this time. Actually dies. Look at this siege tank count from TY. He's totally meching this thing. And I guess he sort of had to when he saw the carrier Tempest army. I mean, you can wipe out a carrier Tempest army with the power of mass Marines pretty effectively, but there are Disruptors and Colossus on the ground. So it's not super easy. But yeah, he's meching it. He's making Vikings, Widow Mines, Siege Tanks, Ravens. Oh man, this is incredible. So yeah, Stalkers are here to pick off the Vikings as well as they can. Viking count is 19, which is massive. They've got their +1 air weapons. They're not working on +2, but they are getting +3 armor, which is going to be useful for sure. Especially against Interceptors, because Interceptors, every small attack takes the armor of their target into consideration. Small attacks, bad against armor. Oh gosh. Tempests, though, don't necessarily care as much about the armor. I think we're all aware of that. What a crazy game this is. This is very fun. We're just warping in 9 Zealots at a time, as you do in your Protoss. Getting a Templar Archive storming these Vikings would be pretty sweet. Maybe getting some Archons underneath these Vikings would be very, very good too. TY, round 3 of trying to kill this forward warp gate of Classic. It's 15 minutes into the game. He might get it. He might get that forward gate. Oh, it is a battle cruiser. Where's JLC? He's my resident battlecruiser superfan. He might enjoy this game, but only if the battlecruisers win. He's very particular about that. He likes it when I cast battlecruiser games, but if they lose, they might as well not have cast battlecruisers at all. Which I generally disagree with this sentiment. I think if you love a unit, you should love seeing it used no matter what happens to it. I mean, I guess if your favorite unit is the battlecruiser and your Terran makes 1 and it dies and he never makes any more and he loses the game, it's like, okay, whatever. Anti-armor missile, catching Dem Colossus again. I think these are the only 2 Colossus that have ever existed the entire game. Yeah, he's just been doing a great job keeping them alive. I'm waiting for Classic to take the rich Vespian Geyser base, because TY certainly has. He's expanding up on the top right here, too. About the 1 o'clock position. We're going to get every base taken on Neo-Humanity? That's weird stuff. Mothership on the way. We love motherships here, too. Yeah, this is fun. This is a crazy fun PvT. When did PvTs get fun? I had an amazing PvT with battlecruisers. Again, when I talk about when something was and during a Patreon cast, it's either like 2 weeks ago or a month and 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I mean, Classic's just having a hard time straight up breaking this whole turret tank setup here, but we are well into the point of the game where it is about money. Money. Whoever has more bases, whoever has more income is probably going to win the game. Zealots scouting the presence of battle cruisers over here. The Tempests are like, oh, probably do something about that. Stalkers 2 trade very well, dude. +3 airs on the way, +3 ground mech on the way here too, +3 air coming in. When did PvT turn into Sky Toss versus Sky Terran? Battle cruisers take down a Nexus. Ka-chow. Nicely done. Are there really only 2 Tempests? Yeah. 2 more are on the way. DT Blink takes forever to research. Woohoo! Landed Viking fun times. I love that from TY. This is a good game. This has been a good game so far. So 2 Nexuses down and about a 30-second total span here for Classic. TY moving out with his Sky Terran army, getting some absolute work done. Losing a couple of Vikings in the process, but nothing that is terrible. DT's trying to take down this Planetary. Oh, that Immortal dies to the battlecruisers. That is not cheap. Planetary is saved by the scan, but 10 SCVs down. I'm not sure how much TY needed those SCVs. I'm not sure he's going to replace them. We'll keep an eye on that. Classic, replacing the left side base that he lost. He's not replacing the right side one. What's up, Reptile Crate? One of my favorite doodads on this map. Honestly, one of my favorite doodads in all of the StarCraft 2. And yeah, I love this. The DTs are like, blink in, take it down before the turrets come up. Well, the turrets are up. Okay, so now we can take... Oh, yeah. Whop. Big deal. Battle cruisers attacking into shield batteries and cannons, taking some damage, but not enough to really kill any of them yet. Recall Mothership and the jump out. It's the 2 aspects of immediate transportation for Protoss and Terran. A recall in, bam, and the teleport out, bam. On display at the same time. That's amazing. No Classic. You can't have this left side base. I'm sorry, that's mine. This forward Planetary just here to kind of choke up defenders or attackers as they come in. Does go down. Sensor tower wiped out too. Look how cool Vikings are when they're landed, man. They're dropping little bullet casings. I kind of wish they were better on the ground, right? I don't know. They're very, very cool. That's all I'm trying to say here. Like, excuse me. Anyway, I'm really focused on that guy for some reason. All right. So Classic has Rich Vespine Geyser taken. Assimilator just warped in. So every base on the map has been taken. Or is currently being taken. Man, Landed Vikings obliterate Stalkers. That bonus versus mechanical is one of the more interesting, effective changes we've seen in a balance patch in a long time. Very fun. Well, this is more of a macro game than I was anticipating. PvTs generally are not this long. I like how both armies are on opposite sides of the map. Classic gonna lose this right side base for the second time today. TY expanding over here on the left side, not allowed. This base has been hotly contested. Very entertainingly so. Storm on the way from Classic. He's had a Templar Archives for like 10 minutes, just choosing not to use it at all for some reason. Boom. Boom. Woohoo! The 5-star gate. 21-minute play by Classic. It's like, all right, man, we are tempesting it up right now. We're going to free up some supply. The more late game your carrier... Oh, no. Ah, Mothership found. Sniped. Tried to recall some units in. But I think on Interference Matrix, so that recall was canceled. Not that it would have mattered. I don't think it was getting off anyway there from TY. All right, battle cruisers. Yamato's getting tossed right on down, and then we jump out, eating storms and Tepa shots the whole time. Just doing what we can. Top right planetary out. More SCVs dying. TY's down under 50 workers. And then Classic recalls somewhere. I don't know. These stalkers wandering in. Killing siege tanks. La 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 la. Killing SCVs. Trying not to fight Landed Vikings because we know how about poorly that goes. Trying to blink, blink, blink his way, but nope. There is nowhere else to go. They just evaporate, man. Evaporated. So these, again, these outlying bases are huge for both players, as they're all mining out of the bases that are not outlying. TY is mining out of his Rich Vespine Geyser base. The gas is gone. And he's got 4 mineral patches here. A decent amount of minerals, but not going to last forever. Come on, men. Nobody lives forever. All right, Classic trying to take that right side base. TY trying to take this left side base. That's exactly how this works. How much money do you have? How much money have you mined? Classic has an 8,600 mineral bank with 3,000 gas. TY's at 1,800 minerals and 1,300 gas. And TY's attempt to expand left side dies again. The Yamato flank, though. Void Ray is pretty good against battle cruisers, but they get taken down to like 10 HP by a Yamato. Oh, the jumping in to cut off the retreat point by TY. Sick killer move. More Yamatos getting serious hits in here. And just move commanding into these carriers. Holy crap, and Zola. I think TY might have just gotten the upper hand in this game. Is it over? I don't smell like it's over yet. Oh, maybe it is. Okay. Carriers are not cheap. Classic just burned through a ton of his bank to make 10 carriers at the same time. TY needs to push. Pulling back, I do not think is the right idea here. I would push in. If you could wipe out these Stargates before these carriers pop, it's a ball game. But instead, TY is falling back. I don't know if he's distracted by the Zealots, maybe distracted by Classic's attempt to retake this top right corner again. With a DT protecting it too. Man, this SCV count 38 now for TY. Under 40 for him. TUI building more battle cruisers. Dude, this is the second PvT I've cast in the last, again, 2 weeks-ish with battle cruiser play. This is nuts. This is really good stuff. This is like some of the... Man. If all PvTs were like this, it'd be way more fun. But instead, they're all like 7-minute weird timing attacks. These stalkers do not want to engage with landed Vikings with battle cruiser support. So they retreat to the safety of, I guess, shield batteries and cannons and maybe some potential storms, too. Yeah, man, this top right base is seriously in contention for being the most contested base. This left side, I think, one is still the most contested. Both players have about 900 gas. Classic's got the 5,000 mineral bank. TUI's at 960. But I don't know that minerals are going to win this game. Like, maybe if Classic makes a ton of charge lots and they start killing buildings and bases. Oh, the Stalkers are like, what up, single battle cruiser? You can't take us down. We've got +3 attack and +3 armor. Yeah, I mean, this represents some good income for TUI. He's got that top right base now. This is everything for him. Okay, and this. In all fairness, battle cruiser fleet wanders in. Too late to save the battle or the planetary. Honestly, I'd be sniping down. Okay, this space technically has income too. No immortals, but the +3. Yo, and look at this, trapping these stalkers in here by jumping ahead and then forcing a recall out. A bunch of stalkers survive. Oh, mothership recalls in. Takes down a battle cruiser. That's another dead mothership. Oh, no, they decide, well, it is dead. Didn't have to Yamato it. Not necessary. Yamato come with some of the stalkers instead because they're fast. This game's getting an epic tag. I cannot believe this game. 176 to 181 supply. Killing a dead refiner is not a big deal, really. Stalkers, again, will fight against smaller numbers of BCs. They'll do it. They do bonus versus armored, man. And that's another battle cruiser sniped. Another one very close to going down. Yeah, just little stalkery groups while the carrier army gets rebuilt. I guess there are only 2 carriers remaining, so maybe not. More Tempests it is. And then a recall home. Over here on the right side. So yeah, I mean, the number of bases killed today is nuts. 5 Nexuses have died, 3 command centers, 5 planetaries. Yo, a lot of bases have died, a lot of workers have died, 235 SCVs and only 27 probes. So that might come into play here. But again, how many orbitals does the Terran have, and how many probes does he, or how many SCVs does he need? Whoa, TY's moving into Hyperflight Rotor Banshee. What is going on here? Yeah, so many mined out bases. Classic's rolling with this, but not much else. Battle cruisers jump to deal with the stalker attack. Stalkers are fast and have blink. And, oh, that was bait. Woo! Big swings on these battle cruisers. Pulling back to, there are no shield batteries at this 3 o'clock base for Classic. How is that the case? Remember what I said about Zealots maybe having some play here? Sure, not bad. Doing what they can. The very injured battle cruiser are going to try to take them down. Just sending Zealots, though. Full send on these Zealots. They got a tech lab. I don't know if that matters. Killing orbitals is super nice, though, because that means it's fewer mules and more SCVs required for TY. This game is bonkers. Oh, landed Vikings! Again, the mortal enemy of the Stalkers. Get on out of here. Get on out. Bam. Refinery dead. There was some battle over here. I don't know. The battle cruisers kind of tried to poke in, but they saw the Void Rays and the Tempest, and they're like, nope. Hyperflight Rotor gets denied at the very last second. I don't know if that was, like, key to TY winning this game, but that sucks. He was planning on using it, obviously, because he has... Just kidding. He doesn't have a Benchy. Yeah, I think this... I don't know if I want to call this over, but I think Classic has the upper hand. Boy, howdy, this is very fun. All right, Tempest Fleet, Carrier Fleet, Void Ray Fleet. Zealots wandering around with no detection support at all. Just getting murdered by Widow Mines. So funny. Ooh, free battle cruisers, left side. Classic says, I've got my eyes set on bigger fish. Oh, he snipes a call down supply. Instantly supply blocking TY after he got out. That's very funny. Do you want to kill factories? Missile turrets are good targets to kill. Sure. Starport. Uh-oh. Yeah, and then a jump in and a recall out. So fun. Classic. This left side base. He's tried having it so many times. It's just not meant to be. It's like it was meant to be. Can he do it? Can Classic close this? He's down in overall supply. These Zealots keep trying to find SCVs to go. They got 7 of them. It's pretty good. Is the cooldown on recall the same as the cooldown on tactical jump? Tactical yump? Oh, no. Uh-oh. Vikings found. You're going to fight here. Not quite enough to one volley these carriers down. They've got all of the upgrades. Oh, and there's your recall. See, the jump. You respond to the jump with the recall. TY's got the bigger army, 142 to 98. This left side base, Classic is trying again for what feels like the 7th or 8th time today. Zealots getting in amongst these SCVs for the 7th or 8th time today. TY, yeah, he has been having to replace his workers because he's been at around 40 for a while. And again, Classic's left side base just not happen. I don't know. Both players are kind of just letting their workers die. That's not a lie. TY defended his. Classic continuing to send probes into their devs. Dude, get them. I know your attention's over here, but get them out of there. Oh, these Widow Mines, though. 3 kills. 4 kills. 3 kills. 1 kill. Yeah, this is getting epic tag. This is insanely good. All right, Classic moving in with his Tempest army. But I don't know. There's your jump. That's what TY was looking at doing. Just get in range for Yamato's. No, the one that Yamato died, but it doesn't matter. TY gets the win in a 32-minute PVT. Absolutely crazy stuff. Wow. So yeah, battle cruisers get a win. JLC very pleased. I really felt like Classic had an upper hand there for quite a while. Resources lost though, telling a story. 72,900 for Classic, only 56,000 for TY. 175 SCVs died and 57 probes died. TY had 21 workers at the end and Classic had 33. So good job replacing them by TY today, but man, 5 planetaries, 3 command centers, and an orbital sniped. 8 nexuses, and Classic could just never establish that left side base, that left side like 8 o'clock position, just never could. Ended up losing 16 carriers, 21 Tempests. End of the game, he has nothing left in the sky. TY is not maxed out, but I mean 13 BCs and 13 Vikings is pretty good. Pretty viable, I would say. 4 Ravens went down. I mean, just a bloodbath on both sides here on Neo-Humanity. Every base got taken. It didn't mind. The entire map did not get mined out, but that's okay. Doesn't have to do that. Anyway. That was incredible. Like, truly, truly amazing PvT. I think a lot of that was just defending his workers a little bit better towards the end of the game. Right? And then just better decision-making. Jumping on top of those units. Yamato's doing huge hits. Classic, not quite getting the damage with the Tempest that he needed to, and just losing 16 carriers is brutal. So, well done. And 3 motherships, too. That hurts. That hurts immensely, losing 3 motherships. But hey, you do what you can with what you've got. So, good job, TY. Classic, not quite enough to take him down in a very, very non-standard, unorthodox style game. So, GG. GG. Man. All right, that was fun. So that right there is going to be it from me. This is Ben, Falcon Paladin, coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and an epic Patreon cast. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.